Paris Saint-Germain forward Ousmane Dembélé spoke publicly about Kylian Mbappe's departure ahead of the UEFA Champions League final, drawing attention to how the club has adapted following the exit of its former star. Speaking at a press conference on Friday, the French international emphasized that PSG has followed a different sporting path since Mbappé joined Real Madrid last summer, describing the change as a clear turning point for the club. Kylian had a dream in his career which was to play for Real Madrid, Dembélé said. PSG continued its path. There is a before and an after Kylian Mbappé. We wish him well, but we are focused on ourselves and on the season we wanted to have. Mbappe's departure marked the end of an era at PSG, where he had been the team's primary attacking reference for several seasons. His move to Real Madrid in June reshaped the tactical structure of the Parisian side, prompting head coach Luis Enrique to redistribute attacking responsibilities within the squad. One of the most notable changes has been Dembélé's repositioning from a wide role to a more central attacking position. Under Luis Enrique, Dembélé has been deployed closer to goal, allowing him to operate as a finisher rather than primarily a creator. The adjustment has yielded immediate results. The forward is enjoying the most productive season of his professional career, registering 33 goals and 12 assists in 48 appearances across all competitions. He has also played a decisive role in PSG's Champions League campaign, contributing directly to goals in each of the club's last 5 matches in the tournament. Dembélé credited the coaching staff for his adaptation, highlighting the trust placed in him and the freedom granted within the tactical system. He noted that his familiarity with central attacking roles earlier in his career facilitated the transition. Despite his individual form and growing discussion surrounding potential individual awards, the forward insisted that personal accolades are not his priority at this stage of the season. The Ballon d'Or is not something I'm thinking about, Dembélé said. What matters most is winning the Champions League. My focus is on the team and the collective objective. Paris Saint-Germain will face Inter Milan in the Champions League final on Saturday at the Allianz Arena in Munich. The French club is pursuing its first Champions League title, while Inter is aiming to secure its 4th European crown. The match represents a significant milestone for PSG, which has invested heavily over the past decade with the goal of lifting Europe's most prestigious club trophy. While PSG prepares for the final, Mbappe's move continues to have repercussions in Spain. At Real Madrid, head coach Xabi Alonso remains under increasing pressure following a series of uneven performances. Although the team recorded recent victories over Alaves in LaLiga and Talavera in the Copa del Rey, the overall level of play has drawn criticism internally and externally, particularly after the defeat to Manchester City in the Champions League. Alonso, who took over after Carlo Ancelotti, initially impressed with a strong start that included a victory over Barcelona at the Santiago Bernabéu. However, since that match, Real Madrid's performances have declined. The team has struggled for consistency, losing ground in La Liga and raising concerns about tactical balance and player roles. Tensions have also surfaced within the squad. During a recent match, Vinicius Jr. and Alonso were seen exchanging words following the Brazilian substitution. Although the incident was later addressed internally, it coincided with a downturn in results that saw Madrid record only 3 wins in 9 matches across competitions. Despite strong individual numbers from Mbappé, who has scored 28 goals this season and is close to breaking Cristiano Ronaldo's club record for goals in a calendar year, other key players have failed to replicate their previous form. Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham and Rodrigo have all seen dips in performance compared to their levels under Ancelotti, while young forward Endrick is set to leave on loan in January after limited playing time. Real Madrid currently sits second in La Liga with 39 points, 4 behind leaders Barcelona. The upcoming league match against Sevilla is viewed as another critical test for Alonso, whose short-term future remains under evaluation. Club sources indicate that while results remain the primary benchmark at the Bernabéu, performances and squad development will play a decisive role in determining whether the project continues or a change is made in the coming months. The defeat to Manchester City in the Champions League has amplified scrutiny surrounding Xabi Alonso's position at Real Madrid, with club executives reassessing the short-term direction of the team amid inconsistent results and growing internal concern. Although recent victories in domestic competitions have temporarily eased pressure, the broader evaluation of the project remains unresolved, particularly given the club's historical intolerance for prolonged instability. Sources close to the club indicate that Alonso's situation is not defined solely by results, but by the overall performance, tactical clarity, and the integration of key players within the squad. At Real Madrid, winning remains the primary obligation, but the manner in which victories are achieved continues to hold significant weight in internal assessments. This principle has become central to the ongoing debate surrounding the coach's future. Following a promising start to the season, Real Madrid's momentum declined sharply after the victory over Barcelona earlier in the campaign. Since that match, the team has struggled to maintain consistency across competitions, conceding control in key moments and failing to assert dominance against high-level opposition. The loss to Manchester City, particularly at the Santiago Bernabéu, reinforced concerns regarding tactical balance and psychological resilience on the European stage. Despite Mbappé's individual output, which has been one of the few constants throughout the season, the collective performance has drawn criticism. The French forward's scoring numbers place him among the most productive players in Europe, yet his presence has not translated into the overall attacking cohesion expected at the club. Analysts within Spain have pointed to structural issues, including spacing, defensive transitions, and a lack of synchronized pressing as recurring problems. The adaptation of other attacking players has also been questioned. Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham, and Rodrygo have not consistently reached the levels they displayed under Carlo Ancelotti. While Alonso has experimented with positional adjustments and rotational changes, the desired equilibrium has yet to materialize. Internally, there is recognition that frequent tactical shifts may be contributing to uncertainty rather than clarity within the squad. The situation involving Vinicius Jr. and Alonso during a recent substitution highlighted underlying tension, even if both parties later sought to downplay its significance. Club officials maintain that such incidents are not uncommon during demanding periods of the season, but acknowledge that they often reflect broader frustrations when results fail to align with expectations. Beyond first-team dynamics, squad management decisions have also attracted attention. Endrick, widely regarded as one of the club's most promising young talents, has seen limited opportunities since the start of the season. His imminent loan move to Lyon in January has been interpreted by some as an indication that the current coaching staff prioritizes immediate results over long-term development, a stance that has sparked internal debate. From a broader institutional perspective, Real Madrid's leadership remains divided between continuity and intervention. While there is respect for Alonso's tactical knowledge and understanding of the club's culture, there is also concern that the current trajectory may jeopardize competitiveness in LaLiga and Europe. The upcoming fixtures, including the Spanish Super Cup in January, are viewed as critical checkpoints that could either reinforce confidence in the project or accelerate a change in direction. Meanwhile, comparisons with Paris Saint-Germain's post-Mbappé restructuring have not gone unnoticed. PSG's evolution under Luis Enrique, highlighted by Dembélé's resurgence and the team's progression to the Champions League final, has fueled discussion in Madrid about adaptability and clarity of vision. The contrast between PSG's defined collective identity and Madrid's ongoing search for balance has been noted by sections of the Spanish media. Real Madrid's position in La Liga remains precarious. Sitting second with a 4-point gap to Barcelona, any further setbacks could widen the distance at the top of the table. With Barcelona facing Villarreal and Madrid preparing to host Sevilla, the margin for error continues to narrow. Club officials are acutely aware that a single poor result can significantly alter the narrative surrounding the season. As the campaign approaches its midpoint, the prevailing sentiment inside the Bernabéu is one of cautious evaluation rather than immediate action. However, history suggests that patience has limits at Real Madrid. Should performances fail to improve in the coming weeks, pressure on Alonso is expected to intensify, with the club prepared to reassess its options in pursuit of stability, control, and sustained competitiveness.